Well, hello there, folks. This is Bill O'Leary coming to you in this video. And the question I'm going to answer is what is alternative dispute resolution, sometimes called ADR? What is that in the context of estate planning? So you're going to learn three things in this video. Number one, why disputes over estates can be messy, number one. Number two, whether there is a better way to resolve estate disputes besides going to court. And three, how alternative dispute resolution, again, ADR, can be a great alternative than fighting in court. Again, my name is Bill O'Leary. I am an estate planning and I'm a probate and trust administration elder law attorney with Legacy Planning Law Group in Jacksonville, Florida. Look, picture this. Both mom and dad have died, and now the kids, they're fighting over what mom and dad left them. And although the siblings, they may disagree between themselves, I imagine all would say the same thing. Boy, this is the last thing that mom and dad would have wanted, the kids fighting. Fights over estates are messy. Accusations are made. Dirty laundry is aired. Unkind things are said. Relationships are fractured, sometimes irretrievably. And yes, families are broken. Probate lawsuits are notoriously emotional and high drama, and they are very public. Why? Because the entire lawsuit and everything said in it or alleged in it are a part of the public record. So not only are private things about mom and dad disclosed, but the kids also have things that will be shared that they may not want their family or friends to know. Again, probably not the way mom and dad drew things up when raising the kids. Preventing and resolving these kinds of disputes concerning your estate may be one of the most important functions of doing a good estate plan while you're alive. And the reason is simple. Disputes are perhaps the greatest risk to the inheritance that you want to pass on. Families are naturally resilient, okay, and can recover from most any trouble. But when the family members sue each other, a lot of times the family unit is destroyed and cannot be recovered. Keeping families and estates out of the courtroom not only saves time and saves money, but it also saves families and relationships. So the question then, is there a way to work through agreements while at the same time keeping things private? And the answer is yes, by handling the disagreement by a method called alternative dispute resolution. Again, we will call it ADR for short. ADR, what it does is it provides a private and closed door alternative to open court. And to have certainty that the ADR process will be used if a dispute does arise after you die, it's important to make it mandatory. How? By including important legal provisions in your will or in your trust to, again, require that any disputes be resolved by alternative dispute resolution. So here's how an ADR might look. First, the disputing party, the party that has the dispute, they're required to notify everyone else that they have a dispute rather than just letting it fester until it boils over. And amazingly, letting people know that there's an issue, there's a problem, and giving them a chance to fix it works more often than not. So it's sort of nipped in the bud right there. Most problems get resolved at this stage. Now, those that don't will move to the next level. This is where negotiation occurs. So negotiation is the second step. A good ADR process will require that the parties enter into good faith negotiations. Each party has to state what they want. In other words, what they will accept in order to resolve it. It may not be everything that they want. Many disputes arise because people are speaking different languages or phrasing, let's say, simple issues with insulting terms. When the actual problem is expressed in a non-inflammatory way, the parties sometimes are able to come to a resolution. Now, if a good faith negotiation doesn't work, we go to the next step called mediation. Mediation is where an outsider is brought in to sort of counsel or advise the parties to try to facilitate a settlement or a resolution. And often this outside person is going to be a subject matter expert in the particular area of the conflict, and it's usually an attorney. if the mediation doesn't work, the final step is what's called arbitration. Sometimes an ADR will include arbitrations, sometimes it won't, and it'll just stop at the mediation stage. And arbitration is like a trial, but only faster, easier, and less expensive. And it's supervised by one or more arbitrators, which are usually attorneys, and it's private, unlike a public trial. Just one interesting sort of historical side note. Alternative dispute resolution in the context of estate disputes has been around a long time, although it hasn't always been called ADR. And some attribute the birth of using ADR with the estate of George Washington, where he wrote in his will that if any beneficiary disputed it, the issue had to be resolved by 3 independent people, one person selected by the beneficiary that was asserting the challenge, one by the other remaining beneficiaries, and a third independent person selected by the first 2 independent persons. Sounds like a classic arbitration panel to me. So if you'd like to know a little bit more about what alternative dispute or ADR is, in the context of estate planning and maybe how we can help, we'd love to talk to you. So we encourage you to go ahead and reach out and schedule just a 15-minute phone call. It's free. It's called our discovery call. Just go to the scheduling link at the bottom of this video, click on it, takes you, boom, straight to our booking calendar, pick the day and time that works for you, and we'll get the conversation started. We also invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Legacy Planning Law Group. We have more and more videos we're putting up about different topics relating to some of the things that I do in my law practice. And if you've enjoyed this video, like it, better yet, share it just to get the word out. So Bill O'Leary signing off for now, and go make it a great day and make it a better world.